in her powerful YouTube monologue, This 7-Second Test Exposes a Christian Narcissist, Jessica OS, dissects one of the most emotionally corrosive behaviors in relationships, the silent treatment. Often misunderstood as a cooling-off tactic or a sign of strength, silent treatment is in many cases nothing short of emotional punishment disguised as restraint. Let's unpack this dynamic in detail, explain why it's so damaging, and outline what emotionally mature individuals should do instead. The false power of silence. Why men use the silent treatment. Most men don't weaponize silence out of malice. They do it because it feels safer than confrontation. But safety for one partner often comes at the emotional cost of the other. Jessica outlines 5 major reasons men fall into this toxic habit. Emotional flooding. Conflict feels overwhelming. You don't know how to express anger or fear without blowing up, so you shut down. Instead, power play. You believe whoever cares less wins, so emotional distance becomes your tool of leverage. Avoiding accountability. Staying silent lets you dodge blame. If you never respond, you never have to admit you were wrong. Childhood conditioning. You saw conflict avoidance modeled at home, so now you repeat the cycle unconsciously. Fear of rejection. Silence is a shield. If you disengage, you can't be judged or rejected. But make no mistake, this silence isn't neutral. It actively erodes safety, attraction, and trust. Silence is not space, the critical difference. Jessica draws a sharp contrast between cooling off and the silent treatment. Cooling off is a temporary, respectful space used to regulate emotion before repair. Silent treatment is intentional withdrawal used to punish, control, or evade. Emotional responsibility. Silence, when used manipulatively, rewires the nervous system of the person on the receiving end. Cortisol levels rise. Anxiety spikes. The brain's threat system activates. She's not turned on by your mysterious silence. She's terrified of your emotional absence. The 3 levels of silence. Jessica identifies 3 escalating tiers of non-communication. 1. Cool-off window healthy. Duration, minutes to a few hours. Action. You name the reason and promise. 2. Return. No games. 2. Tactical retreat, gray area. Duration, hours to half a day. Behavior, emotionally cold, slow replies. No explanation. Impact, she senses disconnection and starts to spiral. 3. Weaponized silence, toxic. Duration, over a day, with intention to control. Behavior, you read her texts but ignore them while engaging others. You isolate her emotionally. Motivation, to make her chase, feel guilty, or earn your attention. If you're doing 3 or more of the following, you've left the cooling off zone and entered manipulation. Leaving her on red while being active online. Replying to everyone but her. Giving cold, one-word answers. Physically present, but emotionally absent. Using sleep, money, or logistics to avoid engagement. How long is too long? The silent treatment timeline. Jessica explains how prolonged silence affects emotional attachment. 1. 0 to 2 hours. Safe if you communicate your need to cool off. 2. 2 to 12 hours. Anxiety builds. She starts to feel insecure. 3. 12 to 24 hours. Blame, panic, or resentment sets in. 4. 24 plus hours. Trust fractures. You are now coded as emotionally unsafe. Repeat this cycle often, and you'll train her to detach from you emotionally, sexually, and relationally. The cost of silence. 5 emotional ripple effects that destroy love. 1. Resentment storage. Problems fester. She stops trying to fix things. One day, she quietly walks away. 2. Loss of intimacy. Deep conversation stops. Connection dies. You become emotionally distant. Roommates. 3. Conflict avoidance culture. Surface level peace becomes the norm. Real issues are buried under passive tension. 4. Emotional leakage. She seeks connection elsewhere, friends, colleagues, maybe even an ex. 5. Attachment insecurity. Unpredictability breeds anxiety. She chases more, you pull away. Toxic cycles form. Why it backfires on men too. When you go silent and she chases, you're not building attraction, you're feeding your ego. Over time, this creates a twisted emotional dependency where you only feel valued if she's anxious. It erodes respect for her and eventually for yourself. This is not confidence. It's emotional addiction. Tap in, the anti-silent treatment system. To break the cycle, Jessica introduces the tap-in system, a 5-step framework for emotional maturity during conflict. Tell what's going on. I'm upset. I don't want to say something I'll regret. Acknowledge the relationship. You matter. I want to handle this right. He paused intentionally. I need 45 minutes to cool off. I intend to resolve. Let's talk after I've calmed down. I want to understand you. And name the next contact point. I'll call you at 8 p.m. This simple structure ensures you remain emotionally available, even when you need space. It shows leadership, emotional maturity, and commitment to the relationship. Final word. Silence isn't strength, staying present is. Conflict doesn't kill love. Silence does. Silent treatment is emotional starvation, a form of neglect dressed up as stoicism. Real strength is not in withholding your presence. It's in staying reachable, even when you're hurting. It's in being able to say, I'm mad, but I'm not walking away. If you want a woman to trust, respect, and desire you, show up emotionally, especially in the hard moments. That's what grown men do.